What up? From the GHS Sports Radio Studios and the GHS Sports Network, this is The Rant. I am James Lassiter. We're coming from you live from the city of Super Bowl 53, Atlanta. We're presented by Guapaholic Entertainment and Anchor Collision Center in Warner Robins. Call Rick at 478-922-9090. You can contact the show on Facebook, facebook.com/James Lassiter, facebook.com/The Rant. Hit us up on Twitter, Radio Guy 15, at Mr. Payton. You can also find us at GHS Sports Radio. You can email the show, ghssportsradio@gmail.com. It is good to be here today. We have a ton to get into. An absolute loaded show. A lot of Anthony Davis on a beautiful Friday morning. Had to adjust the schedule this week due to me being sick. I have been sick all week, and I did not want to hack up a lung while I was trying to do this last night, so we moved it to Friday morning, but it'll be okay. We're here now. Again, Super Bowl week. And I'm going to give y'all my pick. Did some rearranging here in the studio, trying to get it, I put in a second TV yesterday. So I got, I don't even know what's on right now, but I know it's on FS1, so whatever's on FS1 at this time in the morning, I believe it's Skip and Shannon. So I got my NOS with me. It's going to help me, this thing gives me the energy you would not believe. Keeps me going. Between a 50-hour job, 50 hours a week with one job, kids, family, radio, prep, all of it keeps me going. So, with that, I want to say, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but companies are constantly at war. McDonald's, everywhere you see a McDonald's, there's a Burger King right down the street. Everywhere you see a Dunkin' Donuts or a Seattle's Best Coffee, you see a Starbucks right down the street. Apple and Google. Doesn't matter what what industry it is. Fox, ESPN, CNN, Fox News. They always want to be the first one to break news or come out with the newest coffee, come out with the newest technology first, whatever it may be. Just like any company is at war with their competitor, the NBA and the NFL are constantly at war. You know, because the NFL is king. It's all about the shield. You know, NFL runs the sports world from late July through the Super Bowl. And the NBA owns April through July. That's basically the NBA playoffs and the finals through free agency. That's about it. So, but the NFL is all about protecting the shield. It's all about the shield, the shield, the shield, the shield. And the NBA is about its stars. It's about its players. And the NFL is known to move schedules around. They're anything they can do to try to step on the NBA's toes and remind the NBA, we are king. And so, I mean, the NFL's moved combines. They moved the draft. I remember it used to be in March, and now it's April. And I wouldn't be surprised if it starts creeping in closer to May. So it's a constant competition between the NBA and the NFL. So it's no surprise that the NBA decided, you know what? It's Super Bowl week. Instead of dropping this news on Friday, on Thursday of last week, what do you know? 7 a.m. Super Bowl week, they broke the news. How can we get noticed this week? How can we get everybody to talk about the NBA? How can we get people to lead off their show? National radio is leading with the NBA. Super Bowl week. They're leading their shows with Super Bowl week with NBA news. So it's no surprise to me. The stars of the NBA own the show, and Adam Silver loves this. If you think Adam Silver doesn't love this, I don't know what to tell you. He absolutely loves this. Any reason at all that he can come up with, whether it be breaking news or trades. I mean, the trade deadline is February 7th. So any reason that he can come up with to interfere with the NFL's biggest week, oh, he absolutely loves this. Absolutely loves this. The NFL's biggest week. And national radio shows, small town radio shows, you know, the mid markets everywhere. They're leading off with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. Instead of Rams and Patriots. And thank God we're finally done talking about Rams Saints. I mean, that I was going to lose my mind if I had to hear one more person talk about the Rams and Saints. I was losing it. So, I told you this stuff keeps me going. So, what's one of the one things that LeBron James and Kevin Durant have shown us? I told you I've been sick. They showed us that moving is okay. Oh, Lord. So, last night, LeBron James tried to Kevin Durant step back. James Harden step back. And he traveled and got away with it. I mean, it was obvious, too. But, anyway, so he did come back last night. So, cool. But one thing that LeBron James and Kevin Durant have shown us, it's okay to move. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Winning's more important than taking the money. Take the money if you want to, but I'm going to move and I'm going to win. If you want to stay in Memphis and take your, Supermax contract, that's fine. But LeBron and Kevin Durant are thinking, I want rings. That's all anybody cares about is rings. I mean, all we do is count rings. That's it. Rings. So they changed the narrative in the NBA. I mean, think about this. Gordon Hayward, left Utah for Boston because he wanted to win. Kyrie's probably going to leave Boston. He may go to New York. He may go to L.A. There's a couple other places that would take him. Durant's probably going to leave again. Thompson might leave Golden State. Kawhi may leave Toronto. But for the fans, the narrative is player mobility is bad for the NBA. Well, it's actually the opposite. It's actually the opposite. They showed us you can build the team you want. You don't have to rely on a GM. Hell, you can do it yourself. Teams move all the time. If I'm in a career, if I'm working for, let's just say I'm working for ESPN, right? How many times have we seen the good ones from ESPN? They leave. Gottlieb, he's gone. Cowherd's gone. Skip Bayless is gone. Jamie Horowitz, who's basically running ESPN for the longest, he's gone. They're all at Fox. Gottlieb stopped at CBS in between going from ESPN to Fox. He had I believe he was at CBS for 4 years. So, I mean, it's okay. You and I can leave our jobs, and it's okay. We can go somewhere else to give ourselves a better opportunity for, whether it be success or better opportunity or, change of scenery, whatever. We don't think anything of it. So, why do we care? Teams move all the time, and we don't care. The Rams just moved back from St. Louis to L.A. Nobody's crushing them. Chargers left San Diego for L.A. Nobody's crushing them. Raiders are moving. At some point, they'll get to Las Vegas. We're not crushing them. Jacksonville could move to London. Nobody cares. So if teams move, why do we care so much about stars leaving their situations and moving on? Well, it's because, well, Michael never moved. Kobe never moved. Duncan never moved. Dirk never moved. Back then, teams were built through the draft. Wake up. Times have changed. Look how long it takes for somebody to build through the draft. I mean, you look at Philadelphia, Utah, Denver. It took them forever to build through the draft. Golden State was horrible forever. It takes way too long to build through the draft. And the only, we only complain about this in the NBA. Where are all the complaints about Bryce Harper? Bryce Harper's leaving Washington. Washington's a pretty good team. They're a pretty good club out there in D.C. I mean, I know they haven't won a ring. I don't even think they made it to the World Series. But I mean, they're a pretty good team. I know last year they struggled a little bit, but they're a good team. So he's showing he wants the money. He cares more about the money than he does about winning. But we're not crushing him. What about Manny Machado? He got traded from the Orioles to the Dodgers, went to the World Series, lost the World Series, and who knows where he's about to go, unless something's broke. Where are all the complaints? We crush people for taking the money. But then we crush players who want to win, who leave to win, who move on. I mean, LeBron moved from Cleveland, who was a dumpster fire before him, who's a dumpster fire now, and we're crushing him for leaving. I mean, their track record in itself should kind of explain why LeBron leave. Well, they're kind of a dumpster fire. They don't really know what the hell they're doing. I mean, they've been doing this for a long time, and they don't really know what the hell they're doing. So, of course, LeBron's going to leave. It's okay. It's okay to leave. But you can't have it both ways. You can't crush somebody for leaving and crush somebody for staying. It's one or the other. It doesn't make much sense to me. So player mobility is not bad for the NBA. In fact, it's good for the NBA. But, one thing that is bad for the NBA is tanking. And I'll get into that in a minute. We are presented by Anchor Collision Center in Warner Robins. Everybody has been in an accident, right? I know I have been. So when I did, I had to find the right place to ensure it was taken care of the first time. So I went to Anchor Collision Center in Warner Robins. One weekend, and I was back on the road. Car came out looking like it looked straight out the shop. What do they call them? What do they call them whenever, I think it's called a showroom floor. I think that's what it's called. So whenever I got my car back, it looked like took anything straight off the showroom floor. Right? So Rick will take care of everything. He'll even handle insurance companies. They're going to use words and phrases that you don't understand. Well, Rick does, and he'll take the stress out of collision repair. Call Rick, 478-922-9090. So before the read, I was talking about player mobility and how it's not bad for the league, but you are aware what's going to start in 30 days. It's called the Zion Williamson sweepstakes. Every year, every single year this happens. And last year, there were 7 teams tanking at the end. 7 teams tanking at the end. And right now, we probably have 4. And in a month, there's going to be probably 4 to 6 more that are just going to be tanking. That is bad for the league. That is what's bad for the league. Not, well, if I want to go somewhere else, I can go somewhere else. That's not bad for the league. Tanking is bad for the league. Tanking is very bad for the league. And unless Adam Silver finds a way to fix it, I don't think it's going away. Because every year there's one superstar coming out of college that everybody wants. And the sad thing is, or the scary thing is that just because he's good in college doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to the NBA. And now I do believe Zion Williamson is going to translate to the NBA because he's big. He's big. But, tanking's bad for the league. And what are you going to do? Okay, so for example, the 76ers tanked for years, right? I mean, I swear it felt like 10 years that they were tanking. So they tanked for years. But how many of those picks that those number one picks that they got, how many of them tanked? I mean, there was a couple busts. So tanking is bad for the league. Player mobility is not. So think about this. Players, they get rewarded. You go off to college. You're the best in your sport for your high school or your state, right? So in this, I'm out of Georgia. So if we have a kid out of Atlanta, right, who's the number one overall player in all of basketball through the country, right? He's going to go to Duke, Kentucky, maybe North Carolina. So he's going to go to one of those three because that's going to be your best spot to succeed, right? They're going to get you pro ready. Get you ready to go to the pros. But your reward for being great, you can dominate the league or dominate basketball, whether you win a national championship or not. You can dominate it for a year, and then you get drafted. And you know what your reward is for being drafted number 1, number 2, number 3 overall? We're going to ship you to Memphis. You get to work in Memphis for your rookie contract before we let you choose where you want to go. Sports is the only place that this happens. If you graduate college, you know what? I want to work in Boston, at Boston Medical. Well, you can do that. I want to work at, the best law firm in the entire country in LA. You can do that. I want to work for, somewhere in Wall Street, up in New York. You can do that. Or straight out of high school, I want to join the military. Well, the military doesn't so much, and I was in the military. They don't let you so much choose as to where you go, but they do give you six choices. They give you 3 U.S. soil, and they give you 3 choices internationally. So you do kind of still get a choice. It may not be your ideal spot, but you do kind of get a choice. So you can still kind of control where you go. Sports is the only place that you can't. Your reward for being great is you get to go to Memphis. You get to go to Atlanta, Indianapolis, Orlando, New Orleans. For the longest time, New Orleans was bad. OKC, a lot of these mid-markets, that's your reward. It's like, but wait a minute. I want to play for the Lakers. I want to go to LA. Nope. Not right now. Well, the Lakers have been bad the last couple of years, so, the Lakers aren't exactly the ideal situation, but on most years, the Lakers are not in that top 3 draft. But, free agency is the first time that you get to choose where you get to go. It's the first time you get to choose. And, with Anthony Davis, he didn't get to choose. He didn't choose New Orleans. He didn't choose to go play for New Orleans. And now he's just saying, look, I've been here for, 6 or 7 years? I don't know how long he's been there. He's been there a while. I know he's on his second contract. But I don't want to be here. We're not going anywhere. We're the same. We're struggling to keep our head above water year after year after year after year. I want to go play for a winner. And I know he's got the same age as LeBron James. I know LeBron James came out saying he wants to play with Anthony Davis. LeBron don't play for anybody, but he wants to play with Anthony Davis. But I mean, let him go. Stop crushing him for wanting to leave. You can leave your job. I can leave my job. I work for Dish Network throughout the week. If I wanted to leave and go to DirecTV, I could. I have that freedom. It's a great thing about living in this country is you get the freedom to work where you want to. The only difference is sports. We don't let people just go where they want to go straight out of college because there's a draft. So, if he wants to leave, let him leave. There's nothing you can do to stop him, especially come next summer. But, as for the Anthony Davis thing, I believe this is less about Anthony Davis and it's a little more about LeBron, what LeBron wants. LeBron's trying to put his guys where he wants them. You remember in Cleveland? He wanted David Blatt out. He wanted Ty Lue in. He got him. He wanted Kevin Love in. He wanted Anthony Wiggins out. He wanted shooters around him. Cleveland made it happen. I don't think they handled every situation great, giving Tristan Thompson a max contract, but you know what? LeBron wanted it, so LeBron got it. I believe this is LeBron's guys putting pressure on Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka and the Lakers, the Buss family, to get this deal done. I believe that's what this is. I don't think it has as much to do with Anthony Davis as everybody thinks. Making them, and this whole thing right here with the trade deadline and coming out, I guess 12 days before the trade deadline saying I want to be dealt. It's making the Lakers feel that they need to overpay for Davis because they got to get the deal done. And I believe they will get the deal done. Before they said this morning, actually it was yesterday morning, that New Orleans was not going to be pressured into making a deal before the trade deadline. And then the story changed yesterday afternoon. Dell Demps and Rob Pelinka will talk again next week. So I believe this deal's going to get done. I think it would get done sooner rather than later. And the Lakers want this deal done. Not just for LeBron and for this year. I believe this is going to be one of those trades where they don't believe they can get the free agents there with just LeBron. They need someone else. So, Anthony Davis. If you can get Anthony Davis there, who can commit long term, now you get into, now we can go after Klay Thompson. Now we can go after Kyrie. And I said it. I've said this for a year. I was not ready to close the door on LeBron and Kyrie. I thought there was more to all of it. And it turns out I was right. But the Lakers want to get this done deal now. They don't want to wait till July. They don't want Boston to get involved. Because Boston they have more to offer. If New Orleans is smart, they will not make this deal before the trade deadline. LA has already made their best offer. With Kuzma and Ball and Ingram and draft picks. And if they want to throw cash involved, their best offer is out there. And I don't know that that's a bad deal. I may take that deal. But I at least got to get on the phone with Boston, even though they can't do anything now. You got to get on the phone like, what are you going to offer July 1? What are we, well, you know, what we got? What we going to do? What can we make happen July 1? So, but I mean, the Lakers deal, that's still going to be there in the summer. Boston's already come out and said everyone's available outside of Kyrie. Everyone. So, everyone. And I believe Boston can offer more. I really do. Between Tatum and Gordon Hayward and you know, Al Horford, all these other guys, Rozier, they can offer more. But I believe the Lakers want to get this deal done now to not have to deal with Boston. They don't want to deal with Boston. And I think they will get the deal done. I think they will. So, let me transition into this because we are in Atlanta. We are Super Bowl week, and I can't just close this thing out without talking about the Super Bowl. We have moved from 1 hour shows to 30-minute shows because Chris, Mr. Payton, says that y'all's attention span isn't long enough to stay with me for an hour. So we're gonna cut it down to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna hit this pretty fast. I got the over-under at 56.5. I'll take the over on that one. I do think that we have the potential for this to be a shootout, not in the traditional sense of a shootout. I don't think it's going to be 55, 53. I'm not talking about that, but I do think there's going to be some scoring. Over, under, 3 interceptions. I like the under here, and this is why. Goff does not throw a whole lot of interceptions. I mean, he does throw interceptions, and I'm okay with interceptions. I'm okay with people throwing interceptions. I mean, I talk to people all the time. I'm okay with Andrew Luck throwing, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me at all. Because that means you're willing to take shots downfield. And if you're willing to take shots downfield, sometimes they're going to get intercepted. Cool. I'm okay with that. But I like the under here. And Tom Brady, he's about to enter his 9th Super Bowl. So he's played in 8. He's on for 18 touchdowns and 5 interceptions and 8 trips to the Super Bowl. I like the under. Combined, I still like the under. I believe that they may. This is what I think. I think they're either going to combine for 2, or Jared Goff will throw 2. That's where I'm looking at that. Now, as for the game, the Rams are getting 2.5. And the line can still move before Sunday, before kickoff. I don't think it's ever going to... I think this is about where it's going to stay. I don't believe it's ever going to hit 3. Well, I believe it could hit 3, but I don't believe it's going to stay at 3. I believe it'll either go 2.5. It'll either go 2.5 or lower for this game. And for me, it comes down to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the experience over youth. Rams, I believe the Rams will be good. I believe the Rams will have the potential to win this game. I just think that the interceptions are going to take points off the board for the Rams. And I just don't know that it's their time. Maybe next year, maybe 2 years. I do believe they'll be back. They could be back next year. Hell, we could have another Rams-Patriots Super Bowl next year. But I'll take the experience over you. I mean, I've said this for years and years and years. Anytime the Patriots were in the Super Bowl, I'm not betting against Patriots. I'm not betting against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I'm just not. And whenever I tell people, whenever you make these picks, you have to look at it from, let's just say, there's a difference in between who you're rooting for, who you want to win, and who you think's gonna win. And everybody hates the Patriots because they've been dominant for years, and they make your sorry Jets look like a dysfunctional franchise, when in reality they're not bad. They just have to play the Patriots twice a year. You know, so that's usually 2 losses. But they make everybody look dysfunctional. They made the Chiefs in the first half last week. As good as that Chiefs offense has been all year, they made the Chiefs in that first half look dysfunctional. They made the Chargers look dysfunctional. That's just what the Patriots do. And I believe that by the end of Super Bowl 53, I believe that Brady and Belichick will be hoisting up number 6. I got a final score. And I actually find this funny because I typed up, I have my notes on my computer and I throw them up on my screen right here so I can see it. So I'm not squinting my eyes, turning my head too much. But I finished up my notes last night, and I had a final score of 38-34. Skip Bayless, he just made his Super Bowl pick, and he's got the Rams Patriots 37-35. So we're kind of in the same ballpark of what we're looking at. But I believe it'll be a good game. I don't know that Brady's going to retire when it's said and done. He could. He could sail off into the sunset. But as I've been telling a lot of people that I know, a lot of people I've talked to, I hope he sticks around just to piss some people off. I really do, because there's so many Tom Brady haters. I don't understand why we hate greatness. You know, we hate LeBron. We hate Tom Brady. I don't get it. But I said I was going to keep it at 30 minutes, so I did. So y'all be sure to tune. We're going to be back on Monday, not Sunday, Monday. Nobody's going to be listening to me if I came on the air Sunday night. Nobody. So y'all enjoy the Super Bowl. Be safe. Be easy. I am James Lassiter, and you are in the Rant on GHS Sports Radio and the GHS Sports Network. We will see you on Monday.